boys and squirrels, my name is Modstab and welcome back to Satisfactory. See what I did there? Back and probably wasn't as cool as I thought it was. Welcome back to Satisfactorinos. Now, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I need to add a whatchamajinger. Hello. Hello, you're not the right button. This one. This is the boot one. Is that as close as we can get it? Boom. All right, now we have the equipment workshop, and it all makes sense. Hey, good. So what we need to do is we need to continue automation. Wow, you're a genius. I think we are currently on the... I think we're on the stator, which requires steel pipe and wire. We're going to go ahead and go down here. All right, so last episode was a little chaotic. It was a little scatterbrained. I lost my mind, but it's okay. Anyways, what we did was we automated the entirety of our steel, at least for now. Okay, move on here. And so what I was thinking is a combination of things. Now, I want to overclock my steel production just to make sure that we can get as much of that as possible from one vein of coal. But I would also like to automate in today's episode the stators because I want to be able to make the production as smooth as possible. Now, in order to do that, we need to take these guys here. And so what we're probably going to do... Oh, okay. What we're probably going to do is install a splitter right here. We're going to have one go into this and then one go off into another adventure somewhere. And then we're going to have that combine over this side, kind of like what we have here, where we have the conveyors running up along the top of the ceiling. We'll go ahead and either bring it up here because it'll be easier to put the iron pipe or steel pipes up here, or we will bring the steel pipes to here in light that we do have a metric crap ton is the technical term. Oh, duh, because okay, never mind. I was distracted. We have a metric crap ton of copper hanging out over here that we can actually bring into a beautiful things. So you're gonna have to give me a minute to math and see what I think would work best for what area. However, I think we might be taking the steel pipes this way and then bringing a copper line up here. But we'll check the math and see what we need for each, and I will be right back to Geno's. All right, just so that I don't get too crazy, too out of hand, and do this before you guys see what's happening, here's my thought process. So we have on the very far side, we already have 3 of these copper wire constructors making things that are already filled over there. And so what I was thinking is we were going to take that one up, bring it over here on the back side, and then we were going to take the steel pipes and bring them along another runway to some capacity, maybe just a smidge lower than these. I'm not entirely sure. We'll probably figure it out when we get there, and I'm thinking maybe we can go ahead and just throw down along this line. Maybe we can throw down the steel pipe. I'm not entirely sure how I want this to look. I more just want to get the stators beginning their construction. Because I would really like to begin stockpiling, kind of like what we have here, begin stockpiling some of those tier 2 resources so that we can begin construction faster. And the stator is what we need to progress in the space elevator there. And so if we can get that crafting, maybe we can get the next upgrade for the stator and figure out what our next progression is for the hub. So I'm going to do a little brainstorming. I'm thinking I'm going to follow what I did on this guy, is bring everything along the ceiling and then have it go up there and then run into those. But I will figure that out once the time comes, and I'll show you guys exactly how I plan on doing that. Once again, before I get too carried away, here's my thought process and what I am thinking here. So we have 2 of these lifts facing one way and 2 of the lifts facing the other way. What I was thinking was taking the steel pipes on the bottom tier, since we have a lot of kind of ceiling space to work with down by our raw material production area, we can kind of take those pretty much whichever way we want. And I think it'd be really cool to kind of see those conveyors moving across this open section as well. And then what we'll do is we will do the same thing with the copper wire all the way over here, and we'll take that down to the very ceiling level here, and then we'll just climb that all the way over here, and just like what we did over in this portion, we'll just add splitters at each of those areas, and we should be in business. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and craft those. I'm going to run these wires here, and I'll kind of show you once again how I run things across the ceiling. Now, I don't know if this is the most efficient. I'm going to be very honest with you guys, because I'm a stupid dum-dum head. But you know what? I digress. It is what it is, but I'm here, and I'm having a good time. So we'll see you guys when we get to the next portion. Okay, so we have the foundational pieces set down. Now, this is not going to look pretty, and quite frankly, I'm not too concerned about it right now. I mostly want to get things started. So what we do is we have these guys drop down, and I put the stackable conveyor poles. I put those guys down, and then I just kind of go from there. Now, I don't know, like I said, if this is the most optimal way of doing things, but it is a way where I have gotten it to work, and I have gotten it to work pretty well. And then once you get them to the spot where you want them to be, you just go ahead and add the splitters, which should leave us with enough space. We'll make sure. You kind of put it right there. Yeah, it's about on. And that one is about on as well. And they should be all basically at the correct height. Perfect. So now what happens is you're going to notice that you're going to see these guys running down, and they're going to split and saturate the line, and they're going to be good to go. Now we just have to do the conveyors for these steel poles, which I will go ahead and do off camera, as I forgot to run the lift down to find the starting point for. But we'll be right back after that, and we'll just make sure we have all the power working properly, and we have all the logistics set up in the correct way. All right, friends and family. So far what we have is we got all of the stuff running into these constructors. We don't have these constructors building anything in particular, but we want them to build the statistators. Yeah, I just have the alternate for iron plates. All right. All right, so what we have going on here is we do have an excess of wire being made. So we're making a total of 135 wire per minute, at least how we have it set currently. So we're actually getting 15 more per minute than what this guy can accept. However, here's the catch. We are only making 30 of these steel pipes per minute, which means we're actually going to be behind 6 of these guys per minute here until we make another constructor, which we need to increase the production of our coal and iron ingot farming in order to do. So we're going to be a little bit behind here, but rather than getting too caught up in doing that, I do want to make sure we have this set up properly. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take I think we're going to go ahead and take a splitter out of this one. I think we'll take a splitter out of that one, and then we'll take a splitter out of this guy as well. I'm pretty sure is what we'll do, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, because what we'll do is we'll combine both of these guys here. I'll combine these two. No, because I'd have to do a merger. So I suck at my life. All right, here's what we're going to do. We'll do a splitter here and a merger here. We want it to go out towards me. Perfect. So now we should be able to just take this guy in here, run it into this guy, run it here. And that way we have everything running into one. Now what I want to do is add one more splitter as well. I know this is getting kind of chaotic, but here's the thought process behind it, right? So we do this, and then we throw down another one of these, and then we can put down a storage container. We'll just kind of slap it out that way. We'll have it go into a storage container, but we will also have it have the opportunity or option to be able to get on out of here, and we'll just put one out that way. All right, so now that we have all of these with the stators, let's see. They both have 2. We'll just take this over to this guy. Big whoop. I mean, if we need to, we can always add another power pole, right? But for now, I just want to get these guys up and running just to see if we are crafting in the way that we should be. Perfect. So now we're making 6 of these per minute, which is great. So now that we have these crafting and going on, I think we need to get like 500 of them to make it so that we can upgrade the space tower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and boost the productivity of our coal production, but I'm also going to go ahead and boost the productivity of the single iron that is being fed into that as well. So we can essentially double our production of steel, which should put us in a pretty decent position. Oh, we need motors next. Well, that's awkward. Well, either way, I digress. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade that production either way, and then we will be right back to Geno's. All right, so another jump cut out of the way. We did boost the productivity of both of those miners, but here's the catch. We need to get to Mark III logistics before it even matters, because the belts can only carry 120, and the miners are doing 300, so it doesn't even matter. Now, that being said, whoopsies. We did get things kind of set up and ready here. So we do have a constructor here that is combining the stators and the rotors. They are at 10 per minute, but here's the cool thing. We currently have 2 for each of these, so they are crafting at 12 per minute, which means they will continue to build up a little bit of a stockpile. So what we're going to do is we're just going to run straight from what we have into this guy here, using some of the same techniques that we had in the past to get things up and running. And the really nice thing is we do have the rotors being thrown into this guy, which we can just go ahead and run into there via splitters. And then we do have the stators being crafted right there, which we can run straight up and around. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick while I'm thinking about it. Make things look beautiful and glorious and good. And we'll be right back once we get it all taken care of. For now, it looks rather hideous, but we just took it straight up out of this since we're going to be producing more rotors and stators than are going to be used in that. We just took it straight out of this little, I guess, buffer here, and we just brought it straight up and over. Now, the nice thing is it is not taking up floor space, so we're still kind of thinking with verticality in mind, using the ceiling space. And same thing over here. But we just kind of brought them up and around. We'll worry about making things prettier once we continue to progress. However, we have motors being crafted. We only have 1 so far, but you know what? It's okay. We can live with that. So it's 5 per minute, so every minute we'll get 5. It's only going to take 10 minutes for us to get Logistics Mark III. Now, that being said, I know today is going to be a much shorter video, and I've been working on that just in general, trying to not make, 1 hour long videos of Satisfactory, but we are kind of progressing in the most hideous of fashions. Now, we can change this and modify it so that we can add splitters and let the production continue down the line, and we'll probably go ahead and we'll figure it out later. But for now, we do have this crafting, so I just need to kind of let it run, let us do it things, so that we can upgrade logistics, which means we can pump up the productivity of that in its entirety. But for now, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It was a blast. And once again, if you do have any tricks or tips on how to build a factory a little bit more efficiently, feel free to let me know. I know we did amazingly with all of the tier 1 items, as we could just take this line and just go indefinitely and make that one work. But I know as we started getting up here with these tier 2 mechanics, I'm not doing a really good job of creating a bus system that is very friendly to having things split off in multiple ways. So I may have to rethink that. But for now, I want to progress as far as I can when it comes to like milestones, because there was recently an update that just came out for Satisfactory that I really want to get my hands on. And quite honestly, I don't care if it looks pretty. Right now, I just want to get it done so I can get into that upgrade. And then we can worry about making the perfect factory after that. But that's okay. I'll live that life. Remember, liking, commenting, and subscribing are great tools for you to get in touch with me. Let me know what you liked, didn't like, and what you want to see next. Without further ado, I'm going to put a blip-de-doo up here. It's going to be a reference to the giveaway that we have going on right now, which is two $25 Amazon gift cards for those who are subscribed to the channel as a thank you for getting to 100 subscribers. But that's going to do it. Remember, I love you guys. I will see you in the next video, but I'm going to show my filthy little K-Cole, and we will see you next time. Toodles!